Hi, my name is Robert. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. In this video, I show day 3 and day 4 of delivery, and the car was delivered on day 4. Well, hopefully this is delivery day for the car for my mom. I got my parts in yesterday afternoon, a couple of tie rod ends and a couple of mounts, so I'm gonna see if I can install this stuff. It's a little chilly out here compared to what I'm used to, but let's see if I can get this stuff done and get this car delivered today. Okay, the first thing I did was swap those light bulbs back over. Hopefully those wires won't touch, and I'll be good to go on that because I had the low beam and the high beam switched on this side. The next thing I'm going to do is adjust this light beam down a little bit. When the car is loaded, it's a little bit higher than it should be. So let me see if I can adjust that. Now on these Volvos, there's a little level in that little glass on top, so as you adjust it, you should see that level going up and down. This one's hard to see through, so I'll try to clear it up and adjust it. Okay, I was able to get the window clear enough to see the bubble. And that little white screw there adjusts the up and down. If for some reason the system is so tight that you can't use that screw with your finger, right down below it there's a 10mm nut. You could turn that nut, and that's what I had to do. And as I turned that nut, I could see that white knob turning back and forth. And I just turned it until the bubble backed up 2 notches. And hopefully with the bubble backing up toward the car, that lowers the pitch of the headlight to the ground closer. So we'll see how that goes if I'm in the car tonight. Next, I'm going to try to replace this firewall mount. It seems like I'm warm enough to do it. You got to remove the 2 wiper blades, remove that lower windshield cowling, and then you can access the 2 bolts that attach it to the firewall. And let me open up my box and make sure I have all my parts in there before I start taking the stuff apart. Alright, I got the firewall mount out. As you can see, it was tore up pretty bad. I probably can push this centerpiece out with a little strength and finesse. At any rate, it's gone. It took 2 15mm nuts from up top and a 14 from down the bottom. So let me go ahead and get the other one in. As you can see, this replacement looks a little bit more heavy duty, which is common. If you want to be lazy and not remove that front mounting bushing, go ahead and slide the mount in, slide it forward, then twist it the right angle and slide it back into the firewall holes. Okay, I got that firewall mount in, my cowling back in place. I'm gonna put that little seal trim right there behind that fuse box. My wipers back on, and I feel okay. All of my extremities are still feel warm, so I'm gonna go ahead, pull this wheel and replace this lower front motor mount here and this tie rod in. Alright, this boot in here is still slinging grease. That's probably knocking my balance off my tire, so I'm gonna try to clean that up off the wheel. But I'm gonna go ahead and change that outer tie rod in. I'm gonna count the turns as I come off and count them going back on. Hopefully I won't need an alignment too bad. And then I'm gonna change this mount, front lower mount down here. Okay, I got that front mount on. You can see how much higher those bolts sit. And the only one I could afford at the time was that Euro one. I didn't want to spend an extra $100 for the Volvo one, so hopefully it'll last. I'll check it in a year or so. Got the tie rod in on, so I'm gonna go ahead and lower it. Yikes, made a mess replacing this tie rod in, primarily because that CV axle slinging grease. In an attempt to get this alignment right, I look at that clamp there, and then I count the threads pulling off the outer tie rod in, and hopefully that'll leave me with a perfect alignment. So we'll see when I'm done. If the car appears to be out of alignment just a smidget, I'm going straight to the alignment shop before I head to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I got it back close, so let's put the wheel on it, see how it rides. get this car delivered. Here's the joint on one of the tie rod ends. It's still kind of tight, but the boot's torn, and up there in the salt and stuff like that, that will be wore out in no time. That's the end of day 3. This is the beginning of day 4. Okay, we're riding through. Heck, we might be close to McKeesport, Pennsylvania now, which is a suburb of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And as you can see, a lot of the sides of the roads are covered with snow. It's been like that for weeks. That snow will be there for, gosh, probably till April, some of it. And it's supposed to snow 8 inches between tonight and in the morning. And then over the next 2 days, another 6 inches on top of that. So this all-wheel drive system is needed in the area like this. My brother's ahead of me, and all of his vehicles are 4-wheel or all-wheel drive. Okay, I believe we're getting real close now to my mom's. Been a little bit since I've been here, so my brother will probably have to signal to me which way to turn in these weird alleys. Alright. An unclean road. Down to another unclean path. We're in McKeesport, PA. Somewhere along here, my mom lives in one of these small houses. And I ended day 4 with taking my mom's Saturn and driving it back to Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.